Hello, Jen here, and today I have a special layout for you guys. This is a layout that I put together as part of a social media hop with the Craft Bunker of Ignorance Facebook group. So we are teaming up to help share our YouTube channels, Instagram, blogs, and just spread a little bit of love. So we're starting with a sketch that Irete Landgraf designed for us, and we're all going to try and use this sketch, so definitely make sure to play along with the blog hop, jump in wherever you can and just follow all of the links so you can see all of the different versions of this particular sketch. And I'm starting with some mixed media. I thought instead of using paper for that big circle in the background of the sketch that I would do just some fun, messy mixed media. So I basically just took my water brush and drew a circle for myself, just sort of like a watermark that I knew would eventually fade away, but it just gave me a rough idea of where I wanted my circle to be. And now I'm filling it up with some watercolors and some Tim Holtz Distress inks. And you'll see that I kind of work on this for a while. I play around with it. I keep bringing the picture back. I'm having a hard time kind of matching the colors and making it look exactly the way I want. So in the end, after all the work, I ditch it and decide to start from scratch. But I will keep this. I didn't throw it away, so I'm sure that I'll be able to use it on something else. I just didn't like the extra colors, the yellows and oranges and the green and stuff like that. So I'm going to start all over again, and I'm going to stick with just my purples and pinks. So this time I decided that I wanted to have the circle a little bit more defined. So I'm going to use some of that purple and pink watercolors that I kind of mixed together to give myself that sketchy circle. And now I'm just using the Distress inks to sort of fill in the background of the circle. So I think those two Distress inks I used were Worn Lipstick and Seedless Preserves. And then I'm going to use some gesso and just water it down a little bit and smush that in there too. It's hard to see on the video, but up close you can actually see where it's sort of glazed over some of the color. It's just an extra layer and it adds a little bit of texture, so I thought it was kind of fun. And now I have some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. One is hot pink and one is purple. Is it just called purple? I'm not sure. I don't have it in front of me. And then some purple watercolor. And lastly, I'm going to reach for my gold. I thought it needed just a little bit of extra shimmer. So I'm going to splatter some gold in there, let it all dry. And then, yeah, I like that much, much better. So now I've pulled out a piece of purple cardstock and this pink paper from Chamel. Sorry, Salem just wants to sit on my layout, so you'll see him a lot. And I'm just going to use these two colors for my background pieces. So you'll see in the sketch that there are two large pieces of pattern paper that run right through the circle. And because I'm not using two pictures, I'm just using one picture, and it's a large picture, it's a 5x7, I decided that I would make those two strips of paper much thinner, so a little bit more of my background can show. Because obviously I put all that time and effort into it, I wanted to make sure that at least some of that mixed media is coming out. And then I went into my pink paisley 6x6 pad. This is the Summer Lights collection, is that what it's called? Yes, their summer collection from 2017. And it has those beautiful pinks and purples in it. So I grabbed two pieces that I really liked, and I'm just going to layer them behind my picture. Again, just to give my picture a little bit of background. Oh, it was a little bit sad having to cover so much of that paper up, but I do have two pieces. And then here I'm going to use this other one, and I'm just trying to get it so that it's mostly pink and purple showing and not that sort of beautiful teal blue. And then I have to, oh yes, I'm going to add these border strips too, I forgot about that. they are a nice solid purple, so they just give a little bit of dark purple amongst so much light purple. And so I'll start to stick this all down, and at first I'm sort of eyeballing it to make sure that it's straight, and it just doesn't end up looking straight to me. So I do pull it all apart and kind of play around with it a bit until I can make sure that the picture, I guess there it doesn't look so bad now that I'm looking back at it like this. But the papers and the picture just aren't straight. So I do pull it all up and make a bit of a mess. I ripped my pretty Chamel paper, but it's okay. I think in the end I got it a little bit straighter, and I'm happy with how it is. The combination of the circle just not being a perfect circle and the way that my daughter is sitting kind of throws off the lines in the picture. And so I was just struggling to make it look straight. I could have probably used a ruler, but I don't have time for that. I never use a ruler. And we get it to look nice. So I think in the end it does look a lot more straight. Then I had to turn off the camera and go searching for embellishments. So you would think right now it's super trendy to have llama stuff. And even though these aren't llamas, they are alpacas in the picture. I totally could have made use of some llamas, but I don't have any. I don't have one single collection that has llamas in it. So I think I missed my shot to use the llamas, but that's okay. I'm going to keep with this Summer Lights collection because it has those beautiful colors, the hot pinks and the purples, and then that speech bubble that you saw me cut just the little tip off of, and that heart that I just had there. I don't know where they came from. They match perfectly with the pinks. It's sort of blue into purple. But it still looks really nice. It matches the purple really well, and they were just in my stash, so I thought that those would look good. I was going to try to make my own flare, but I couldn't really decide what I wanted. I felt like there needed to be some sort of picture or icon or something in the center of the flare, and I wasn't quite sure what I had, so I'll save those for another day. Yeah, and so I'm just going to build up these layers. I kind of pull apart a bunch of the frames from the Summer Lights collection, and it's just mostly to get lots of those colors sort of mixed all throughout the embellishment clusters. So I'll glue those all down and get my bases down, and I'm trying not to cover up too much of that background, but you can see that I do wind up covering up quite a bit of it. That's okay. And then I thought maybe I would pull in some of this thread because I used it for sewing around the circle. I used a dark purple and I used the pink, and I just did a few sort of messy sewing lines around the circle. But I didn't feel like it really fit anywhere, so I leave that off. And I end up, hi Salem, I end up going into my Freckled Fawn warehouse box that I got, and there were a few things in there that I found I could use. These two die cuts, I don't know where they came from, but when I was looking through stuff, they were in my stash, so I grabbed those two. And then I found these clips from Freckled Fawn, and those puppy hearts, those are actually from the dollar store, and they have pink and purple and teal in them, but I used some pink and purple. There you go, you can see those again. They're really fun. I grabbed a few packs of them, and they have sort of stretched forever and ever. Like I literally can't seem to use up a pack. And here I'm going to pull in some of these sort of yellow gold stars from Freckled Fawn. They're super soft, puffy stickers. I just love them. But I wanted to have that gold because it kind of matched the gold that I used to scatter in the background. and also the yellowish color that's on these letters. And these letters were also with that speech bubble and that heart, and I apologize, I literally don't know where they came from. But I'm just going to stick them down, and then my camera is going to shut off, so I apologize for that. But what you missed was that I just added some sequins to the background circle to give it a little bit of extra shine. And those are just sequins from the Dollar Tree and from Spiegel Mom Scraps. And then here you go, my finished product. I had so much fun doing this layout. It's so pretty and purple and pink, and the picture of my kids with the alpacas are just so cute. So thank you so much for stopping in to check it out. If you came here from someone else's link, I really, really appreciate that you took the time to click on it. And if you could hop on down to the next person by clicking the link that I've provided, I'm sure they would appreciate it as well. Thanks so much, everyone. Talk to you later. Happy scrapping. Bye.